play of the multiverse.
Like I said before, if you over
This ain't supposed to show now. We saved that. All right. Hold on. Let's make sure we are live. Okay, and we're live. People, what is good? What is going on? Welcome, Life After 40, back again. So I'm a bit late. Hold on, I need to make sure things are working here, man. I found out that people aren't even getting notifications, so that's a wild one. Let me go live on the TikTok as well. So I'm a bit late, people. Sorry I'm a bit late. Time just flew, man. Time flew so fast. But I'm here. Better late than never, as they say. Welcome, people. This is Life After 40. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you're watching this from. I hope you're having a good weekend, a good Saturday, and will enjoy the content of this live stream. What is up, Grave Rave? How are you doing, my friend? What is good? Broody Vipers 2024. Working. Ooh, you're working now. Where you working? Well, what country? You're in the UK and you're working now. You got a night shift, yeah? Will 2001. Hey MJ, hope you had a good week. Yes, Arsenal. Come on, man. You know what? For finally a decent match, a decent victory as well, a comfortable one. And people are some, not all, but some. I'm hearing some people complaining that we could have got 4 or 5. Yeah, we could have, but we've got a big game, semi-final midweek Tuesday, Atletico Madrid semi-final second leg, so I understand it. But yeah, man, it was good watching a good performance. I ain't seen that this whole year. Yeah, good win for the Arsenal, John Paul. Very good win, I believe. Very good win. How's your weekend so far? Any update on the job search? Any update on the job search? I need to have a drink just for that. I had an interview, and I'll probably do a video about it because, or maybe I'll just say it here. You'll get a sneak peek of the interview. I had an interview. Oh, also on TikTok, people, what is going on? So, Black Cinderella, what is good? Let me say hi. Shauna, what is good? Everybody gather around, man. It's gonna be a good live. The name of this live is The Plight of the Modern Man. So I think you're gonna enjoy this one, man. We're gonna get deep into this. But as Alevoidma, sorry if I butcher your name, man. Saying about the interview, my job update. So I had an interview, graphic design interview for a health company, a health agency, in fact. It was an absolute disaster. It was bad. It was not a good interview. It was not one of my better interviews. I was even thinking, should I record this interview? Let you know how it goes down, but I didn't bother. It was so last minute. I just didn't want to put any effort into it because it was the first stage. And I was like, yeah, this probably goes up to 6 stages, man. The first one, let me just get some answers written down, put them all over the screen because it's a virtual one on Teams. And if I need to go, tell me about yourself. Why do you want to work here? What can you bring? Name the 3 things that are your strengths. Name your weakness and why. What do you think you can bring to the company in the near future? What do you think you can bring? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like bloody all those bait questions. And I had my answers dotted around. So what I do, this is a virtual one, first time as well. Usually I practice them. I look at the answers and, I kind of get my answers ready. I didn't even bother this. I kind of printed it out on paper, cut them up, darted them around on the screen. But the problem is when we went to have the Teams interview, for some reason I'm going on Teams and he can't hear me. So I'm like, what's going on here? He can't hear me. And I can't hear him. So it's like, so I logged out, logged back in the interview, still can't. And time's going. So I'm like, you know what? All right, cool. Let me just do it via my phone. Did it via my phone. I closed my laptop, did my phone. I'm into the thing. And I remember, damn, my answers are on the laptop. I've printed them around there. So I just closed it. And I'm looking over there. So I'm like, this is going to be bait if I'm like doing it on the sideline. So I was like, let me just freestyle it. And he asked me, oh yeah, what do you know about us? And I was like, oh, yeah, I've heard about you for ages, man. I know a lot. I said, yeah, okay, tell me the things you know. I had to go clean. I was like, uh, you know, it doesn't come to mind right now. It was bait. It was terrible. Anyway, so yeah, that never usually happens. Not that bad, but yeah, it sucked. But hey, oh man, it is what it is. It is what it is. Uh, Indian Warrior 3, even the MJ. Took my mum to see Michael movie earlier. Was inspired by you saying you'd take yours last week. Have you seen it yet? No, I haven't seen it yet. I'd say it at the time, man. And I probably won't do it until I'm going to be away next weekend. So probably the following week, maybe after that. It's just time. My time is very. I had to take my daughter to the Blimmin hospital again. It was like your phone 111. She got the rashes on her face. We thought it was chicken pox. It's not chicken pox. It's a viral infection. Man, these kids just pick anything up in his nursery, man. Like any bloody time. Um, Thomas, what's good? What's good? Queen Bee. Remember, if you want to ask me something, just ask me something. You know what I mean? But anyway, took my daughter to the nursery, man, and yeah, she came back with this blimmin' viral like infection, blotches on her face. Then we had to call 111 because she was looked uncomfortable, and then they said to go to the A&E, and then we went to the A&E, and then they just tell you the usual, monitor it, give her Calpol, and you know, just the usual stuff you could have done at home. So yeah, it's been go go go, man. Like this nursery thing. Oh my gosh, like they keep picking up codes. Anyway, Rose Quartz 2008. Am I the only lady in here? I don't know. Let them know, man. Let them know. Ladies, man, yeah, ladies are welcome here too. Like, what's going on, man? We ain't sexist around here. We just speak the truth. I had a couple videos, man, that I don't know if people get easily offended, may have been offended, but I'm just speaking facts and speaking the truth, and you know, showing how the powers that be want to puppetize and destroy each sex in a different ways. And today we're going to be talking about the male, the side of the male, the plight of the male, and what they are doing. I've got a video to share with you as well. It's going to be really cool. Something I put together, 1 minute video. But let's just go into the niceties first. Oh, remember, people, I have another channel. So I've got Life After Gaming. That's a gaming channel. I'm doing Resident Evil 2 on there. Thinking of doing Ghost of Tsushima. I know I started it, but I've only got to the beginning, so I might restart it and then just record my beginnings of it to the end. So I'm going to do that. Also, Pragmata. Is it Pragmata? Pragmata? The one with the space guy and the little girl, the AI, the robot girl. I want to play that as well. But so anyway, yeah. After 40 Gaming, all the details on the descriptions below in the channel. So check him out, man. And this live stream as well. The details will be there. So please, if you haven't subscribed to that, please subscribe to my new channel, man. It's just started, so you know what I mean, I'm taking baby steps, but please subscribe, man. Get the subscribers going on that. Also got a channel, my friend, When Life Hits Differently. Also, that is a description. It is in the description, the link to that channel. I'm gonna be doing a few more videos. We kind of slacked on that, so we're gonna do a few more videos coming soon. But please check out those channels there. I've also got my Patreon. If you want to go to Patreon, see videos you don't see on here, check out my Patreon on there. You can like as well, like and subscribe. But HBO special, subscribe to this channel, man. Live streams every weekend. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do. And I'm talking that real stuff. Maybe that stuff is not popular, but the stuff that needs to be spoken about. Do you know what I mean? And I've tried to keep it a certain way, but I feel so strongly about certain things that are happening in the world. The plight of men being one of them. So we're going to talk about that today. Then we're going to a few more comments, and we're going to get into the crux of it. I think it's going to be a really good live stream as well. Protons, I can be a lady if you want. There you go, man. You got a willing lady wannabe there. Then virtual interviews, having a notepad open on the side. Then one's there. Yeah. I had it all stuck to the screen, man. So it don't look like I'm looking out there. Whoa, what I think about this company is blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, I had it stuck with, you know. But yeah, it flopped anyway. Angry Manor. MJ, I reckon some job interviewers have turned me down because I don't do anything crazy in my spare time. Why do they care what I do in my spare? Yeah, tell me what you do in your spare time. Anything related to this job, I guess. Like, what do you want to hear? Do you want to really hear what I do in my spare time? Talk crap about you companies. You don't want to hear that. So, yeah. Hope you answered interview questions in a star format. What's a star format? What's that one? You know what? That one's gone on. What's a star format now? What's that? Um, that's always baffled me. Why they want to know? I don't know. Sorry about the interview, man. You can always take something away from an interview, whether it's just practice or getting into the rhythm again. Yeah, you can. To be honest, I don't even want it. I was doing it. You know, you're just doing it and thinking, this ain't me, man. Like, this is like, I don't even like this, man. Like, getting back into, I literally feel like I'm searching for my next slave master. That's what it feels like. All right, this slave master's got a bit more perks. Oh, he lets me go out on the Friday evening. Oh, that's good. This slave master does. I prefer this slave master. That's how it feels looking for these jobs, man. Like, it's crazy how they've kind of controlled it, where you need to rely on a boss that you potentially hate in regards to you having money or not to provide for yourself and the family. It's crazy how that's been manipulated. I'm just gonna have this. Actually, I'm gonna play a video and I'm gonna eat my vegan baby belt. I'm actually pescatarian, but I was a vegan before and I can't have dairy. So I've got this nice little vegan baby belt there. I've got my little water here, fizzy water. I've got my vodka tonic in here, man. So we're good today. We're good. It's gonna be a good live stream, man. I want to show you a video, but let me just go for a few more comments. I want to show you a video I put together, and that kind of opens up this whole conversation. Before I do that, this is going to be. Let me just take that. Let me look at this. Some job interviews feel like interrogations. Yeah, they do. I had another interrogation as well, which I'll probably do a video about it. But anyway, this is going to be a live show, people. So if you want to call in, the number is 07521 398 982. That's 07521 398 982. The line's closed now. But once we get into the crux of things, you want to call in, talk about what I'm talking about today. If you agree, if you disagree, if you want to talk about something else, you're more than welcome to. So I'm going to put that number up later on. Oh, by the way, when I went to hospital to take my daughter there, I saw someone that actually watches the show. So if you're watching, man, thanks for watching the show. I went to, what hospital was it? Edgware Hospital. Yeah, Edgware Walking. Went there. Cool place, like cool people, man. Nothing against the people, it's just the whole process of it, man. Um, Melvin 1324. First time here. Do you know what a cult is? And if you did, well, what's the top? Wait. First time here. Do you know what a cult is? Yes. And if you did, well, what's the top? What's the top? Okay, this is Arsenal. You saying that's a cult? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Angry Man, bro, I had an interview on Thursday and they saw that my CV is basically job hopping. When he mentioned it, I knew it was over. Yeah, my interview's spotty as well. My CV's spotty at best as well. Man, I've got so many jobs where I just stayed there. Sometimes, some not even a year. I just turn them into contract roles. So yeah, that was contract role. Like, this is what I do. They ask, they're always the older ones, not the later ones, just in case I want to phone them, but older ones. So yeah, it's a contract role. That's all you got to do, man. Yeah, I know that feeling, especially the company says, how can you guarantee you'll stay a year longer? Well, I can't, bro, Indian Warrior says, your vid on Guiley's was hilarious, but also deeply concerning to see what's happening. You know what? That brings us on to the video, man. That brings us on to the live. I want to talk about this. Yeah. I want to talk about this. Let's go in. I'm going to read your comments later. But yeah, the Guileys, I want to talk about this as well. So people on TikTok, if you're on TikTok, you will not see this video. You're going to have to listen to it. But you won't see the video because I'm going to play a video now on YouTube. Guys, just check it out. It's about a minute and a bit long. Just check it out. Okay, I'm going to put it here. A minute 35. I'll put this video together. Hold on, let me just minimize myself here. And I'm going to play this video, get your comments. I want to talk about something, man. I want to talk about this. But this is a good way to bring us in to the topic of the male plight. The plight of the modern male. Hold on, let me just. All right, yeah. Okay, let me play it. Hold on, why is it not playing? Hold on. Why is it not playing? Hold on. Oh, you got technical difficulty. This thing was playing randomly by itself. And now it ain't playing. I'm gonna do something. Hold on, people. This thing ain't playing. When I started it, this thing was randomly playing. All right, give me a moment. I'm just not that. We don't need that. That was something else that I wanted to show. Actually, you know what? I'll show this. Check this out. By the way. So this is in China. I just saw this. I want to show you. This is in China, actually. This has nothing to do with the video, but this is in China. This is a traffic system in China. So they have about 50 lanes, and it merges into a funnel. Imagine being in that. Look at that picture there. Imagine being in traffic. This is a real traffic jam in China. And basically, it's got about 50 lanes, and it all merges. It's a real life funnel. All merges into like a few lanes. But can you imagine the frustration? You're in that traffic jam, and it's just merging like that. That is crazy, man. I'm gonna let that run for a bit, but that is crazy. I just came across that. I was like, wow. Like, I come across all different things, man, and I'm just like, that is mad. Anyway. So let me play. Okay, this is it. Right. Let me minimize me. People on TikTok, you won't be able to hear this, so apologies. But to maximize this. All right, let's play it.
Like I said before, if you over 18.
Wait. Hold on. Some people saying they can't see. Can you see this video? Let me know, people in the chat. Let me know. Community, let me know. Can you see this? If you can't see this video, man, this bloody application I'm using is claps. Like, let me know in the comments. Can you see the video I'm sharing right now? Rose Quartz, thanks for letting me know, because I'm all playing this thinking, oh yeah, you guys can see this. Okay, India Warrior said we can't see the China vid. We could for a sec, but then you remove the screen. Okay. All right, forget the China vid, man. I'll forget that one. We're going to show this one. So you can see, everyone, you can see this video with 2 doors. Let me know if you can see it. Let me know. Can you see the video of 2 doors? When you enter, it says on the video. Okay, you can see it. People are saying they can see it. Cool. All right, let me run this. I'm going to play this. I want to let you find out your comments on this, and then, yeah, we'll chop it up afterwards.
Like I said before, if you over 18 and you never killed nobody before, and you a black man, you a sucker. You not what we looking for.
Sorry, I dropped my earring. Hello. Hiya. Oh my God, sorry, I dropped my earring.
That's all right, no problem.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's a disturbing new trend. Guys hitting themselves deliberately on the face with hammers and other objects. Why? They think it will give them a more chiseled, handsome look.
Hi, I'm Jade Val, and my boyfriend here loves it when I cheat on him.
In a way, I'm like the ultimate feminist.
Every sitcom family that we watched as a kid, my dad would say, I'm not watching this because every single one of these, they're depreciating the value of the father. The father's an idiot. The father's a dumbass. The father is weak. The father is deferring to mom for every decision. And that's not how a family works. It's a partnership. And so he would say, turn off that show or stop watching that stuff. They're trying to dumb us down. My dad was saying this in, 1980.
On a loop, but that is just put those clips together. What do you think of that, people? What do you think of that? The fall of man. Yeah, it's, let me just get rid of that. It's let me just say this, man. So I want to talk about the plight of the modern man. Let me just say this thing that nobody, well, I think a lot of people are saying, but I don't think it's loud enough. Life is not getting better. All that's happening is life is getting longer. But it's not getting better. And I know some of you are going to come at me with but rights have progressed, because I've argued this. I argue this stuff with my friends and people like this. They say, yeah, but things are better now because rights have progressed and minority groups have got more protection and things like this, and the policing is not as violent, all that kind of stuff. Things have improved in certain ways. Fine, I hear that. I'm not blind to it. But that's not what I'm talking about. Look at the stuff I just showed you there, man. Now go back into 2010. Just think about it. Think about it. 2010. People are out. They were in bars, in restaurants, each other's houses. People were normal. Well, normal-ish. The people that you knew were normal to an extent. Young people had genuine hope about the future. Think about it. Oh, yeah, if you get this job, there's one person getting a job, by the way. You'll be able to get a property, get a house, get a wife, or, that kind of stuff. You could sit through a film without having to check your phone every blimmin' minute. You could read a book without your attention span lowering or just having to do something else. You can't focus. You still had an attention span, in fact. People can go on a date and just talk, have a conversation. The country was divided on things, back in the 2010s. But it wasn't in this constant state of war and debauchery and craziness that it finds itself in. People weren't addicted to rage like they are now. People are really addicted to rage. Social media then didn't really rewire everyone's brain. You think about it, nobody looks back at 2010 and says, God, that 2010 was a nightmare. Or 2011 was a nightmare. And think about it. That's when 9/11 happened. 2011, 9/11 happened. And still people say that was a better time than it is now. Honestly, I'm not capping. Be honest. Was that not a better time than it is now? I hear people say they miss it. They miss that time. Now look where we are at now. Look at the stuff I showed you. Look where we are. We are living in one of the most technologically advanced times in human history, arguably. The things we can do now, the access, the connectivity, the tools, it's generally, when you check out, it is extraordinary what we can do. And yet, in order to enjoy that technology, you have to literally become a sociopath. And what do I mean by that? Because I'm not being dramatic or anything like this. I think now, to enjoy this time now, requires you to be a sociopath. To be able to scroll past some kid in flames in another country, suffering, wars, kids' lives ending, the world on fire, and you just scroll onto a food app or to buy the new Jordan 1s without missing a beat, without missing a beat. You have to be able to wake up, see the state of the world, and go, right, all right, cool, anyway, let me build my brand today. Let's go. And not feel anything. And that's what they're trying to do. People have to live in a time where it's... I even posted a video about it. David Hay was talking about, pretty girls and unattractive girls and, which one's nicer and everything. Any sort of freedom of speech now gets crushed if it's not the speech that doesn't offend anyone. We are being systematically trained to switch off our humanity. And that's why, you just keep scrolling and kid burning wars. Okay, oh look, oh new pad thai or new pizza. Oh, okay, yeah, you can order that. Oh, another kid burning. That's not progress. That's something else entirely. You know. And meanwhile, look at what we kind of hold up as success now. We spend months obsessing over what was that guy? I can't remember his name. The Claverius, whatever, the one that was led kids to or teens to hammer their face in, chisel their face. They're using a hammer, and people are interviewing him. Celebrities are doing streams of him saying, "Oh, how did you get your success? Oh, it's great." Or some kids hammering their faces in to looks max. It's funny. I posted that video. One of the comments, a golden comment, was like, "It's never spiritual max." You know what I mean? It's never that. It's always look max. You know, it's great. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Nobody, and I mean nobody, not a single honest human being actually thinks life that's being sold to them right now is good. Nobody generally believes that. Unless you're psycho, don't go. I don't want to hear about these tech bros and these, the people selling your next course on getting women, or the next financial course, whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real human beings. I'm talking about real people. Real people generally don't believe that. What, grinding until you're bloody in your 40s, just to afford your first house, and that's supposed to be a good deal. And even that, you can't even do that anymore. Nobody thinks taking on millions of pounds worth of student debt, graduating into a job market with no jobs. No one thinks that's good. And, a lot of the stuff I'm talking about doesn't even just go for boys. It goes for all of us as a whole. But that's what I want to get into, man. I want to go into the attack of the young man, or men in general. I want to go in the ways. I want to go. I've numbered them, different ways in which they've attacked people. There's about, I've numbered them, bloody 5-6 ways they've done it. The way they've attacked the man, through isolation, through social media and the internet, through the schooling system, love, loneliness. Yeah. Anyway, absent fathers. Yeah, we're gonna go into that. But let me go into the comments. Okay, let's go on TikTok. I see some people saying some stuff. Oh, people in the chat, man. What is good? Tai says, even though not good, had a good sleep in 2020. I think that's the word, right? Geez, I don't know. Feel sorry for men now feeling emasculated. Yeah, a lot of men are feeling like that. A lot of men are feeling lonely, man. A lot of men have been targeted, and they're made to feel that they're wrong. They're made to feel that they're the problem. Let me go into the comments on YouTube. Yeah. Coventry, Kieran, the internet and social media has destroyed society, male and female. I keep saying it. They're playing one off on the other. They're playing us against each other. Yeah, weak docile fathers like Homer Simpson. Yeah. It's always in them shows. Always have that in it. The idiot, the buffoon. I remember King of Queens, man. That used to drive me crazy. And I used to be with my my ex, who used to love that program. I hated it. I thought that guy was an idiot. He was always, I can't remember the wife's name in it. He was always scared in it. Him and the black dude, his friend, they'd be in the house and they'd be playing games, whatever. And she'd come in and Oh, the missus is home, like, you know, all that kind of stuff. Always a dopehead, always an idiot. The Homer Simpson character, innit? Always a moron. You know what I mean? Them things ain't just for jokes, you know. They may look funny and they may be, but they have deeper psychological effects, man. On showing what the man is symbolizing, what the man's, how he's looked at, you know. Yeah, the door thing was a bit confusing. All right, so basically, why I showed that door. So you got one where the guy is entering and he's like, you know, he's not confident, not masculine. You know, he's just opening the door, but he turns around and he's very slow, and it's not a good way of showing your masculine frame. And the other one, he goes for the door and he's upright and he's showing true dominance. So he walks in the room. Now, I know body language is a thing. I know this is beneficial, you know, to prove, you know, showing your presence in the room. I know that. I get that. But it's that whole thing, and maybe I should have explained that one beforehand. It's a whole thing of like men always having to figure out what's the thing I should be doing. Oh, did I shake their hand right? Oh, should I put the thumb over to show my masculine frame? Oh, I'm talking, but I smiled. I'm with this girl, but I was laughing. Oh, did I hold my masculine frame? Did I hold my presence? Oh, they're gonna see me as weak. Oh, yeah, I want to play these games. I want to play Beyblade. I want to talk about my Yu-Gi-Oh set. Nah, I can't enjoy myself. I can't talk about that in it because I lose dominance in the room in it. I need to not talk about that and just talk. Oh, I've got to look, Max. It's all these things we need to do, and that's why I'm going to show that it's all these. You can't ever live. You can't ever just be. You've always got to do something. Oh, I've got to stand. You know, I've got to. Oh, when I make sure when I shake his hand, damn it, I shook his hand, but I didn't cup his hand because that shows I'm in charge of the conversation. Man, he's gonna ruin me. It's always that you always got to think. Oh, you can't ever just be now, innit? Everything's like you got to think. Oh, how do I act in this? How do I show? Oh, there's men in the room, innit? What did it say in that? What did my favorite YouTuber say? Oh yeah, shout innit. I've got to shout loudest. That shows my dominance in the room. All that stuff. There's always things you got to do. Now I get that, yeah, doing certain things will present yourself, the way you carry yourself, psychologically has benefits. I know that. But at the same time, it's so confusing because men always have to second think what they should be doing in a certain moment. They can never just be congruent. You can never just be natural. You can never just be you. You can never just let your guards down and talk to your boys about something, you know. They would clown you for that. Come on, bro. Like, you know, we've got people around us, in it. Like, you got to show your strength. That's why I was kind of showing that video with the doors. So sorry if that confused you. Open the phone lines. Okay, they were open in a bit, man. They were open in a bit. Hold on. Let me just go through some comments. But the other clips were raw. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. If anyone wants to see that video again, let me know. What's up, my guilies? Yeah. That's a load of nonsense, man. I'm seeing that. Everyone's I treated myself to KFC and I'm gonna get my nails done. You know, let's do our skylies. Like, it's just more feminine stuff. It's a new trend now. It's more feminine behavior. It's more demasculating the man to not show his true strength. And, you know, all these things are like, we're doing this to get back at the women because they're doing their girlies. So we're going to do our guilies. It's always an eye for an eye. Eye for an eye makes you blind. You ever heard that saying? So I'm going to eat this vegan cheese here. Melvin, let's see what people are going to say, and I'll rip you on your cult top. Cult top. To have a cult top, you got to be in a cult. I ain't a cult. What? Because I support Arsenal wearing the top. Could have wore something else, man. I watched the game. Support the team. I move on. Iceberg causing more division with society. It's getting worse, as they say here in the West Midlands, black country. Things are definitely not better. Men are weak now. Too many victims in today's society. Look how many people can't cook or fix things. No respect, no attention span. Yeah, so many fake people. Yeah. That's true. Great comment. Mm. The victimhood of people is insane. I hate the victimhood of people. Woe is me. Oh, they did this to us, so let's do that. There's no one ever takes precedent and say, okay, this is what they did to us. Let's make sure it don't happen again. Let's improve our society. Let's take charge. Let's own this situation and take charge. They never really do that, do they? Let me see. Social media. Tai says social media is not social. Nah. It's not social. It's especially when your algorithms point you to a certain direction, it just has you spanning out. And people say so much aggressive and hateful things on there as well, man. And it's like they don't say that in a real life, but they say that on social media. And they're quite open with it as well, their comments and things like this, you know? Interesting. Something changed spiritually after the pandemic for the worse. You know what? I disagree. It was changing before that, man. Trust me. Like the pandemic may have highlighted it, or it may have gone worse, but it was on a steady trajectory down. So maybe yeah, since then it went further down, but it's been going down. I've noticed it for since 2014. Definitely since 2014, 2013 probably. It's been getting worse and worse, man. I've definitely noticed it. Even just I was driving the other day and we're driving and we're going through this narrow road and there's a van in there, a van in the middle of the road. And basically you got shops on the side. You know when you're on the road, but you go off road and where all the parade of shops are, but you can still drive down there. So cars are behind me, I'm driving, and there's white vans just parked in the middle. So we stop, I'm like, but there can't be no traffic in it. You know it's big vans, you can't see. But there can't be any traffic ahead because the brake lights aren't on. The guy, we found, so I looked outside, I left the car, see what's going on. Do you know the guy was in the shops, buying shopping? So I'm looking at the guy behind me, I'm thinking, he ain't there, I can't see him, there's no one there, he's just abandoned his car. So the guy's like, what? So we were looking, the guy runs out. He's not even running, he's like, sorry guys, with his bag of shopping. We're like, so my man held up the whole traffic, the whole parade, all cars, just because he couldn't find parking. He just wanted to get his shopping. My man parks in the middle of the road on the off road. I'm like, there's no kind of care, there's no courtesy, and he ain't running like, oh, sorry. My man's like, yeah, sorry, I'm not. What the f- you doing? And then he drives off putting his hazards on. I'm like, man, I don't even want to see the hazards. It ain't a hazard situation, bro. You're taking a mick. Hazards ain't gonna cut it. That's just people. People are just so self entitled, and no one cares about anyone else. It's just like, wow, how does it serve me? How can you just stop in the middle of the road? But yeah, I'm just gonna get my shopping in it, bro. Cars were behind him, just standing there. Okay, you know what? Let me hold on. Let me go through. Men get angry. It's okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cavicula. Yeah, that's it. Is that it? Oh gosh, sorry. Yeah, Cavicula. Yeah, that guy, bro. Like people are having streams of him saying, "Oh, how did you get it, man? You're so good." Like, I'm like, he's teaching boys to hammer their face in. What? Anyway, Liam Bream. Hey, but Liam, I have these bees here for you, bro. I have these bees here for you. Liam Bream's always mentioning them, saying they're butt beads. I'm like, you know what? Now I'm never gonna get rid of them just for you. I'm just gonna always have them there. Mel Moolah. I used to be scared of dying. Now I don't care. Man, it's a shame, man. I'm going to turn the phone lines on, and I want to get through the reasons I think, the attack on young men. I want to talk about that. But let me just turn the phone lines on. If you want to get through, you can get through, man. And if you want to have your say, you can have your say. Remember, if you're calling, don't call via private number. I don't answer private numbers. So yes. Okay, the line is on now. Guiley, straight up beta males, attention seeking fairies. What happened to strong stoic men? There you go. Exactly. All right, so actually let me put up here. All right, that's the number. So if you want to call in, 07521 398 982. And that's 07521 398 982. If you want to call in, call back this topic or anything else. We've got a caller. So let me 1 second. Hello.
Yeah, we are not.
Yes, you're live. What's going on?
Yeah, good mate. Yeah, I'm fine.
What do you want to say?
Yeah, so the talk is about men and how it's been sort of like, demasculated, as what you'd say,
Yeah.
demasculised. So, what's my thoughts? Well, you've got to look at the school system for a starter. Where does it start if you're going to sort of like, send men into, this girly sort of like way of life? It's all done at school. Who's doing it? The United Nations. And that's fundamental. So, rainbow flags, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Where does it start?
Yeah. Even the whole concept of like sitting still, because it's known that boys develop differently to girls. They're slightly behind. They develop slower, but they are not built. They it's the whole. They're kept there in that stationary position, and they want to be boys. They want to build. They want to do stuff. They want to be them. They've got this fire in them, but they were taught to sit still, answer questions, don't answer back. And it's even that. It's like substitute and do that for 8 hours or however long kids are in school. And it kind of just grows them into that's how you want to be in real life. That's how we want you in the workforce. So if even in that level, as you say, it's like all the control. So yeah, it does start from the schooling system.
Yeah, it's worse than that. I had a couple of kids who come out of school a few years back, and one of the things that came out of the palaver was here's one instance that came up. So they brought in a teacher who was basically going for a sex change, and the teacher asked the class, "What should my new name be?" So that's basically like asking class to make it acceptable that that thing is going through the change, so it makes it real for the rest of the fucking classmates, right? Yeah, for it to become acceptable. Well, anyway, my lad's a bit smarter, and he says, "Well, I think your name should be Jimmy Savile."
Right.
But anyway, on that, we get a call from the school. The school turn around and go, "Oh, yeah, your lad's on detention for doing this." Anyway, I go off my head, like saying, "No, I don't think so. The teacher should not be asking that in the first place."
Yeah, that's personal. Yeah, don't be to the kids.
So they basically did this all throughout the UK, just employing literally teachers who are going through sex changes to go into the classes to make it look as if it's acceptable. A lot of the parents wouldn't even have a clue. And to be honest, we wouldn't have a clue. You know what I mean? Until we got the call to say what this incident had been, I didn't know this. But that's just only one example. But there's another example I've got to tell you about, which you might not be aware. So when they go to school and they have assembly these days, you probably remember the days where you'd have like the Lord's Prayer and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then the school would go through whatever the curriculum would be, and then you'd have your sports awards, etc., etc. It's not like that these days. Now what they're doing is they're literally putting a group of LGBT in front of the school, yeah, and rewarding them first.
All right.
And putting them up on stage, giving them medals, and then putting them back down. Now, what's that saying at a young age? It's saying, "Come and join our club." This is what's going on. So, just to give you a statistic, right, yeah, of what you're talking about, because it goes really deep. This does. Basically, about 30 years ago, you'd come out of school, right, and you'd go the other way. It used to be something like 0.05. Guess what it is now?
What?
15%.
Wow. When was this?
Yeah.
0.05? What time were we talking? What year?
We're talking basically like, yeah, is the way they're turning a male into a female.
No, sorry. I mean, your
Yeah.
statistics. When was that formed? That 0.5? Did you say? What year was that?
That 0.5 is from the 1990s.
Oh, okay. So now, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Right.
0.5.
Right.
So basically, yeah, it's been like one in like, I don't know, thousands, something stupid.
Yeah.
But now it's 15%. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But this is the it's within the education where they're targeting people. This is from the United Nations as well, so it's very calculated stuff. You know what I mean? But the teachers are having to go in and go under the rainbow with these tactics without them probably realising what they're doing. This is all psychology.
Yeah. No, I hear that,
What's
man.
your thoughts?
Sorry?
What's your thoughts?
No, there's a lot to take in. I agree. There's that part, and I've seen things online as well. The things I see on my social media that I think I posted it where, they were filming going through this class and everything was like rainbows all over the place and everyone was dressed up in these characters and they were going through and I thought you just don't need that. What's that got to do with education? And some of these parents probably don't even know these things are going on unless their kids are saying. Do you know what I mean? So
they wouldn't have a clue that it's going on.
no.
It's only that we've had two kids who come out of school where we're modern parents, like me and my sort of like wife. We've been modern parents and sort of like giving them the stuff that was going around in the 80s and the 90s, where it was a different breed of a person. You know, it was like literally, having a laugh.
Yeah.
And anything goes. That sort of mentality. I don't mean that sort of like, stupidly, like, going out viciously, but it was like having a laugh. It was like taking a joke.
Yeah.
Now, everything is all around sort of like, oh, you can't be offended because it's just going to be, it's going to be deemed on you, or you can't say that.
Yeah. That's why. Sorry, go on.
So, from a male perspective, like, yeah, where the male is faulting down is you're literally being whimpered into submission. And with the new tactics of AI, they literally want you to submit because then the day they're sort of like saying, well, if you said this over us, and we've got you, and we'll find you, or we'll do something. But at the end of the day, this is the way I think about it, right? Yeah, screw them. What have they got? They ain't got nothing, mate. At the end of the day, you're the authority, right? Screw them. So at the end of the day, something to be worried about is to keep your own integrity and basically, like, as long as you're not doing any harm, screw them. That's what I think.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Good on you. All right, I'm gonna have to go on, but thank you for your call, man. I really appreciate your thoughts.
Okay,
Yeah, you take care, mate. Bye. So the thoughts there, man. I listen. If you can do whatever you want to do, if it doesn't harm anyone else, but just keep that away from my kid. Or I want my kid to go and learn education, real education. And I just feel that you're not even sure what these kids are learning. So you really got to be involved in the school process of what the curriculum is. I just think, in regards to, I want to keep this on males, on boys. I think there's a real attack, especially on young men in general, but I think there's a real attack on young men. And whatever force you want to call it, the devil or the higher power, the government, whatever. There's some force that benefits from broken young men in this world. This is a crisis that's happening right now. It may not be making the front pages, but we all know it. Smart people know what's happening. Our young men are struggling. but it doesn't look like how people expect it to look. You're not always seeing tears and breakdowns. You're not going to see the panic attacks. You're not going to hear a young man say all the time that I'm struggling or I need help. That's not how it comes out for a lot of men. It comes out in anger. It comes out in shutting down. When you think they're being stoic, oh, he's stoic. No, he's just broken. He feels nothing anymore. It comes out in risky behavior. It comes out in addiction. And that's the one that gets missed most. Another one is numbness. Like I said, just when they say, oh, he's stoic, he's numb, he's dead inside. He has that kind of whatever attitude. You think, oh wow, this guy don't care about nothing phases him. No, he's dead inside. And that's the dangerous thing, when you feel nothing. And I've covered that before. You know, you think, oh, he's just a chill guy kind of energy. No. It's something deeper than that. He's broken inside. You know, he's battling inside and he's losing that battle. And that tragedy of that numbness is that once someone is in that place, it's hard for anything to break through. You know, even discipline, love, opportunity, you know. So I want to talk about how we got to that point. Like how do we get to this? How did young men get to this point where we're broken, where all men, where we're broken? One of them is isolation. Boys today have fewer real friends, in-person friends than ever before, real friendships than any generation before them. We're talking, say, 7-8 hours of screen time talking to someone instead of actually being with someone. And listen, we're made for connecting. It's not, a soft thing to say or, this is just biology. We're social creatures. Young men need brotherhood. They need other men around them. And instead of that, they're chasing dopamine hits in their rooms. That's not living. That's surviving. You got the internet as well. You know, I know a lot of internet is destroying girls' lives and girls' self-esteem, body image, stuff like that. But it's also doing it to boys. I talked to you about the boys hammering their faces in. And you're seeing guys online and you're like comparing yourself to them with their physique and their looks, chiseled jaws, all that kind of stuff. But I don't think we talk about that nearly enough. We just do it. We just go for it. You know, let me get this call here. Hey, what is up, my man?
How's it going, MJ?
How's it going, man? How you doing?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good, mate. It's been an interesting week, actually. Happy Saturday. Listening to your feed at the moment. Some really good insights, actually, on what's going on in the world at the moment, especially in this male movement sort of thing, you know, the way things are going and stuff like that. I mean, I was shocked at that video when you showed it, like, they're beating themselves with, like, you know, pots just to get a chiseled jaw and stuff like that, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and then I question myself, like, why are they doing this? You know, why do we do these sort of things? Like, I mean, all of us do this. I mean, you know, even I remember me as a kid when I was growing up, like, you know, I used to watch Superman and think, oh, you've got to be big and strong, sort of thing, and then, you know, it's just brainwashing the wrong way, basically. You know, and we're, you know, to me, what I believe now is that we're made to feel like, I mean, first of all, when we come to this love, well, we're unconditionally loved by our parents, basically, you know. So we experience like unconditional love. But what happens is that unconditional love changes to a conditional love. And then when it goes to a conditional love is more like, if you do this thing, I love you because you've done something good. And if you do a bad thing, oh, you're going to have to get punished for that, basically. And then we're also on top of that made to feel not good enough about ourselves, you know. You know, and then when you get in school, like I remember me being a kid in school, like, oh yeah, I've got a Game Boy, oh, I've got a Nintendo, what have you got? Oh, I've got a Spectrum. Oh well, no, that's rubbish. You know, don't like you because you ain't got the right console. You know, and this is it. It's like if you don't fit the narrative, or you haven't got the right things, or you don't look a certain way, then you can't be loved, basically. You know, and I've got to say one thing I always give a shout out is to my granddad because he taught me spiritual life, and I'm so glad that I learned that because I've got an unconditional love of my higher power at the end of the day. You know, and he just loves me for the way I am. It doesn't matter if I'm good, it doesn't matter if I'm bad. It doesn't matter anything. He just loves me for me at the end of the day. And I think that's the beauty thing with spiritual life is like we've got to try and connect back to that of who we really are, basically, which is we're just a soul in this body, basically. The soul has no gender at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I think when people start to wake up to that kind of realization, they can start letting a lot of this junk go, sort of thing. Because I mean, like I said, I mean, my younger years, like I remember, I think I was talking to you once about that. Like these music videos, and even you said that. These people said, "Oh yeah, do this and you'll be happy," and it's all BS. Because even if you get it doesn't matter. Even if you get rich, you're going to still have anxieties and stress, and it has a limit at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, all that, do people love you for you, or do they love you because of the condition or because of what you've got at the end of the day? I mean, I'm very fortunate now. I mean, we definitely need community. I mean, I'm blessed. I've got community, good friends, and we see, how we try and see it is I'm a servant, and I'm just trying to be a service to people at the end of the day. And we keep gossip out. Like, don't like gossiping really. We try to keep gossiping, and we just try and improve ourselves as people at the end of the day, and try to serve people as best as possible. We do something called Food for Life, where we serve food to London if there's anyone that's hungry or struggling with the cost of living crisis. And all these things we need back, so kindness, compassion, empathy. I mean, I'm on a journey at the moment learning all this, and obviously knowing it is one thing and living it is a completely different thing. And it's a process, and I'm just working at it. And I think it's just, we need the right training sort of thing, because that's the reason people are lost. We're just getting brainwashed by social media. We're not good enough. Consumerism. I'm still like that. Even recently, I'm like, oh, I need to dress like this. I need to look like this. But the people I'm with, they don't care about any of that. They just like me because of me at the end of the day. And I think once we can get back to that place where we're like just because of us at the end of the day, then we're on the right path. But at the moment, I feel that the world's going crazy like that is because, we're just too consumed by social media and all this media that you need to look like this, and you need to be like this, and you need to have this kind of car, you need to have this kind of hair, or you need to have this kind of house, and then I've played into all of that sort of thing. And, it gives you a little bit of temporary happiness, but then what do you do when time changes the condition,
Yeah.
Then you're chasing the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and so on and so on. And then that leads you to insanity eventually, and that's what leads to addiction. I mean, I'm actually doing addiction recovery at the moment, sort of thing, And it's, when I'm in addiction recovery, when you talk to people, you're like, man, this is how we're meant to be with one another. I get so shocked. I go, we keep talking nicely to each other. We're talking, we're not judging anyone. There's no judgment. Everyone's being friendly. Everyone's being kind. I go, this is like when we have our addiction recovery meetings and we get fellowship calls. I go, this is how we're meant to be as a society, actually. I go, it's nothing like this. When you're not doing this.
Yeah.
In fact, it's normalized. That you're going through pain. Oh, don't worry about it. Just go get a drink and get drunk, or go have sex, or eat as much food as you want, and just and this is what leads to insanity eventually, and leads to all these problems. So still on the journey myself, learning a lot. But it's interesting, and hopefully, I think the good news is once you get to such a low point, the only way is up.
Yeah, and also I feel like he talks about your granddad, your grandfather, right?
Yeah.
Get instilled in you knowledge into you, and I think that's the point as well. I think a lot of young men are sort of they have absent fathers, or fathers are not there spiritually or in physically, and I think we need that. I think that's one of the issues when you haven't got someone there guiding you or telling you the rights and wrongs. giving you that foundation. Because I think we can all stray, but I think I'm a believer. Once you've got that foundation in you, you always come back to the source. So you may stray, but always come back to that right foundation that's laid in you. I think a lot of people haven't got any good role model. They got men that has troubled themselves and not saying, and I think that's one of the problems as well.
Yeah, because the problem is, I mean, the system here in this world is based on fear and scarcity, basically. That's the problem. And then you're working like, God knows how many hours you're in a job, and then you have both experienced that criticism. It's not good enough, And then we're having, I mean, I know I said about side hustle, do a side hustle, but it's like then you're doing two jobs. You haven't and thinking by the time you come home, you haven't even got time for your kids to teach your kids because you're so shattered, sort of thing. You know, you just just come home, have dinner, put the kids to sleep, and you just want to relax, sort of thing, because you're just so tired. And the system here in this world is designed that way because they want that division, they want that so we can be controlled better, sort of thing. That's what they want, and it's just like, okay, if you want that, then I'm just going to turn to my higher power because I'm going to see how you're going to deal with him, sort of thing, when he gets involved, sort of thing. That's what I'm looking forward to, and you can see it with these people now. It's all falling apart for them. It's like you see it in the news every day. People are getting more and more angry. They're getting more and more cheesed off with the way these people are doing stuff at the end of the day, and you can see in their lives it's falling apart. I was like, keep going, because eventually, we'll get to a low point, and such a low consciousness that eventually it'll be nothing but suffering, and be like, okay, now what's the way out of this? And then it's turning to 12-step recovery is really good. I mean, I'm doing 12-step recovery at the moment. Highly recommend it. It's a very good spiritual program. I've got my own community, sort of thing. Do service at the end of the day, learning about whoever your higher power is. Learn the knowledge that he's given you, be it the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, the Quran, and see each other as not as the body, but as trying to get better at this, to see someone as a soul, basically. This person's a soul, I'm a soul, and we're struggling together in this world, and let me be kind and compassionate and see how I can be of service to that person, sort of thing.
Brilliant. Always a caller with them pearls, man. So I love that, man. So thank you for that.
All right, man.
Appreciate that.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. Loving your shows, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man. You take care.
Thanks, man.
I see you. Bye.
Take care, man. Cheers. Bye.
Bye. That's it, man. And this comment as well seems like men are being targeted to weaken us so that we do not revolt against governments. I believe in that. But like the caller said, his granddad, that's a big thing. That's one of the things I definitely believe in. When you don't have, because some of us do have fathers in our lives, but some of these fathers are absent fathers spiritually, and they're going through issues themselves. So it's like the blind leading the blind. I think we're losing these strong archetypes, these leaders, these guys that, these Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, these people that had a presence, these people that fought for their rights. We're having a lot of beta males, a lot of weak men teaching men. And that's some of the problems we're facing, man. We've got super chat from Super Chat Squad. What is up, man? Brilliant. Thank you so much for your donation, the $9.99 from Callum 5088. Love for the love, man. Peer character jumping up and down, saying one fan. Thank you very much for that super chat, man. Super Chat Squad. There you go. Love for the love, my guy. Love for the love. Thank you. Men are competing with you instead of being friends. That's another thing. Yeah. That's another thing. Also, one of the problems that men are having, as we talked about the school system, the thing that I'm big on is how they've pitted men against women. That's something that's really so apparent to me, and I don't know why more people don't see it. How they've pitted women against men. That is a big thing. Before I go into that, let me get into this call right now. Hello.
Hi there. I thought I'd come back.
Yeah, come back, man. Come back.
I thought I'd come back and talk about a different thing, about sort of like what you just said about Malcolm X.
Go for it.
Because at the end of the day, you got to sort of like understand what is Malcolm X. What was Malcolm X? What is the sort of like what people perceive as Trump? What do people perceive as Elon Musk? The thing is, We have to have the good. We have to have the bad. Do you understand that?
Yeah, go on, go on.
Okay. So we're creating a fake reality for people, right? Whether we like it or whether we don't. So, however the script is wrote, yeah, we have to have the certain things that go on from time to time, and whether that causes a division in this, a division in that. The thing is that they want it to go however they want it to go. However that is, who bloody knows? We can only say how that script goes. We get ideas. So look at 2020. It's a classic example if you study it, right? So what's your thoughts on 2020? And I can tell you mine.
My
and
thoughts
I can go
on
into it with real history and fact.
when you do, if you can not mention certain words or certain names of things, because
I won't.
yeah. But well, I believe it was something that was planned for us. I believe it's something that's divided us even further. It's made us more fearful. I believe a lot of things were gained out of that. Lack of trust of each other, more reliance on the government to save us, external factors. And I believe it was a weakening of people's relationships with each other. And I know it was going down generally. I know from social media. I remember before that I wasn't, I was talking to people about the way things are going, but I think it took a bigger leap after that period where people are just, and it's affected us psychologically. I think we've got PTSD from it.
Yeah. So my take is that that like the overall game is to reduce a population. Yeah. So you can do that with what you do in the arm. Yeah, I think that's sort of like common knowledge for every person. Yeah, you want to put anything into the arm, you're going to be, if you're of that age, then basically you risk of going quite sudden and that not putting the two and two together. So it's he just had issues. He's been on all these tablets for years. He had issues. It's all done like that.
I'm laughing because I've heard those same excuses. I've heard that. Yeah, he had issues anyway. Yeah, I've heard that one.
He's been on tablets for God knows how long.
Yeah.
It's just so easy, but they'll never put the two and two together. But I can actually factually put the two and two together. And when I presented it to my MPs 4 years ago, 5 years ago now, I presented to them literally that they were basically killing people. And believe me, I have the evidence, mate, because what I've done, I researched excess death for the last 100 years, and basically every September, whenever they're pushing the flu vaccine in, sorry about that, that's weird.
Yeah.
Whenever they're pushing that flu thing in, excess death was going like through the roof, and I was like literally gone there. And anyway, when the 2020 thing happened, and they came up with the solution, I'd already documented all the 100 years of that thing going on with the flu.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, hardly over here. So when that thing went in on 2020, in December of 2020, right, there was nothing going on beforehand, by the way. So all the media were talking utter rubbish. I mean, complete nonsense, right? Up until, so we've got 5 months of nonsense. They were like hyping stuff up left, right, and centre. And I can tell you, I had to speak to just to put this right, because I didn't want to sort of like put myself like out there too much. I didn't want to like say, well, because I was pulling these things up from government, government statistics. So I didn't want to sort of like say, well, okay, So I started calling the graveyards and going, am I getting this right, that the graveyards are literally empty? Yes, they are. Yeah, to what they normally are. Yeah, we were in the lowest death of all time in like literally September of 2020. Let's put that in perspective. Yet they were trying to push something on the people. Let's put that in perspective. Anyway, by December of 2020, now we come into what they were pushing on the old people. And guess what happens? I don't see the stats until January 2021. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. I was like, they've absolutely caned it. They literally like put excess death to like 57% to what it normally is any other year. So basically, what they're doing, as you can imagine, they're just basically like doing something that what you've done in history in those World War II, they were doing it on the arm. And literally, there's proof out there. I've done it all anyway because I studied it. But as soon as I put it to the MP, oh yeah, mate.
What about what about the people close to you when you presented it to them? What was the feedback for them?
What's that? Sorry?
The people close to you when you presented your findings to them. How did they take it?
Well, okay. So yeah, no one believed me because then it was literally me against the world. The only thing that did happen, which was a good thing, is the family never did any of the things that was given. So whilst their mates were having it, my family never.
Okay.
To be fair, coming down the line now, I'm in my 50s, and all I've seen is when I told my friends about this, some of my friends have had absolute serious issues from it. And it goes much further than that. I was speaking to a guy. I was out in Bali a couple of weeks ago.
Sorry, I don't want to rush you, but we're gonna have to wrap up the call soon.
Yeah.
Because of time.
I was out in Bali, and this guy was talking, and basically he was saying he was only 30. He was going, "Oh, I've got these heart issues," and he says, "I know it's because I've had that." And I was going, "Well, mate," I says, "I need to fucking put you outside here because my mate's got exactly the same." So at the end of the day, look, we've got pure evil going on in this world.
Yes.
And the thing is, right, yeah, we've identified it now, haven't we? We've identified where this evil is coming from. It's coming from your bloody government, and it's coming from all those identities up above it. So at the end of the day, right, yeah, is how on earth do we stop it? Well, God knows, because at the end of the day, you've got the likes of Tommy Robinson, who's an utter shill, making you believe that basically you can make change. You can't make no change. Everything is scripted. Everything is controlled. The thing is, all we can do is basically talk a good game like we do, and just go, I'm not taking part, thank you.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
Yeah. Love that, man. Love that. Thanks for your call, man. Some good stuff said.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care. Bye. Yeah, real good call. Real good calls today. Someone said on TikTok, what's the number? The number is 07521 398 982. That's 07521 398 982. Well, you just, if you're on TikTok, just look on YouTube, man. I'll stay a bit longer. Yeah, it was a good call. I just didn't want him to say certain things because I had a channel and I was saying certain things that got taken off. But it was funny. I was laughing at one of the points because I know someone that said, after taking the, jibby jab, they had heart issues. They had a heart attack. Never had it before. And still they didn't put two and two together. Like, it just happened, didn't it? I was like, don't you, it's not related. They did not link the two together. But it just happened. But after that, just had a heart attack, as you do. But yeah, man, that was yeah, I was isolated when I was, those times, 2020, I was isolated. People did not like me, man. I was just called it out for what it was. You know what's funny about that as well? Do you remember how they were making Contagion like free to air? So you used to have to pay for that. But when 2020 happened, all of a sudden it was free just to watch, and it was everywhere. Do you remember that? Just to get you in the zone of. Anyway, yeah, good call. So yeah, what was I? Yeah, I was talking about pitting women against men. Yeah, that's not by accident. Like the algorithms love rage. I'll go on social media, I see it. All men are trash. That's what the women are saying. That goes viral. Women are just gold diggers, and they're being sexual creatures and deviants and that kind of stuff. All these echo chambers talking about this thing. Them against us against them. That ain't accidental. That's happening on purpose. That's why they do so well. That's why that kind of content gets pushed up the algorithm. When you got channels talking about women. I've seen a channel, won't say the channel's name, I've seen a channel post videos time and time again about how women cheat. The same subject over and over again gets so many views. I just see it pop up, so many views, saying the same blimmin' thing, just repackaging it. Because they love that. They want their messages out. They love that. They love the men hating on the women. They love the women hating on the men. For the men's side, because I want to focus on men, they make men feel like the villain. You can't look at a woman because you're sexualizing her. But then, with that video I saw showed earlier in the package, where the women are opening doors and they got short midnight skirts on and bending over, to get the guy to look and all these kind of things. But don't look, but look. Don't look, but look. I'm gonna walk half naked, but don't you sexualize. Don't you dare sexualize me. So men, they don't know where they're coming or going. I see it so many times, man. So many men alone building hatred for women, seeing online that this woman's done this, and then it's like they're painting it as all women, and vice versa happening in women. Because what happens in the algorithm, and I know because my algorithm's clapped, my algorithm's dead now. It's got so much toxic stuff, but it's things I can sort of talk about and just bring to light what's happening there. So in a way, it works for the content, but all it will show is women acting up, twerking it, cheating on men, all this kind of stuff. Men doing some dumb stuff, cheating, that's it. It just shows that, and it pushes that, and pushes that. So in the uninitiated brain, they're taking it in and go, well, that's what women are. That's what women are. That's what women are. And that's what it brings. And it brings that rage culture. Like I said earlier in the stream, we've never been in this kind of rage culture that we're in now. Rage it's a commodity. It's monetized rage. I remember checking out this stat, man. What was it? It's about anxiety. I think girls were putting higher bouts of anxiety, but they were saying boys actually die from it. But men are like 4 times more likely to take their own life more than women. Women attempt it, men complete it. Because I think when they fall, they tend to have more people around them to talk to catch them, to get the net to catch them. But when boys fall, they fall into the abyss. And that's what's happening. We're not just losing these individuals. We're losing everything those men would have been as well. The potential of them men. The fathers they would have been to their children. The leaders they could have been. The builders they could have been. The community they could have created. And we can't keep missing this. Men are important, but they've been shown not to be. They've been made to feel invisible. You got all these, what society deems as like alpha males or the tens or the peak and pinnacle males. And if you fit beneath that, if you do a job like a road sweeper or care work or whatever, you're like the obscure man. You're like the side dish. You're the irrelevant one. You're the, I don't know, you're not on the main table. The world don't look at you. The women don't want you. The guys don't want to be you. No one wants to look at you. No one cares about you. And these men, there's so many men that feel like that, feel invisible to the world, feel that no one cares about them, feel they can't even cry on anyone's shoulder because that looks weak. Gotta keep out masculine frame as well, you know. And like I said before, they usually have dads that, if they do have dads, absent fathers spiritually, mentally, because them dads are going for the same thing. They're just not saying it to the kids. They're broken. They don't know what to do with themselves. You know, we can go on, but I want to play something before I go, man. So how do you call from Canada? If you want to call in, man, you can call in. You can just WhatsApp. See that number there? WhatsApp it. So the number's scrolling right now. If you want to call, I'm going to say the number again. But I'm actually, all right, let me say the number again. So the number is 07521 398 982. 07521 398 982. So obviously, if you're WhatsApping it, it'd be +44 7521 398 982. So you do the +44. That's a UK one. If you want to call in, if you've got something to say, I wanted to play a video. I want to play this video, man. Let me just hide that. Let me just play this video here because I thought this was really like interesting, and it's like done. It's comedic, but in a way, it's kind of deep. So if you're watching this on TikTok, you're just gonna have to listen to it. So let me just play this, man. Now it's I thought this is like, yeah, just watch this. Let me just put this over here.
And if the multiverse was real, I'll be like Batman.
Hey, if the multiverse was real, I'd be like Flashy.
Nah, there's no universe like that, bro.
Or if the multiverse was real, I'd be like rich as, I'd have a mansion, I'd have like a wife and kids, and the kids would be like a mini version of me, and I'd take them to school every day until they graduate, and one day I have to say goodbye, and I have to watch them go on and live their lives, and then me and my wife, we retire, and we die all together. I die a happy man, and I'm not lonely. There's a universe out there like that, right?
Yeah, there's a universe like that, bro.
I just want to play that, man. And I wanted to play that because it's supposed to be, you know, these guys do comedy memes and stuff like that. But I thought that was so powerful because it kind of shows what most men want. Like a lot of men will, you know, I think it's come from watching porn, all that kind of stuff, but they've been made to feel that women are just a target. They're just a means to an end. You conquer the women, and I've been through that. Through hip-hop videos have told me to do that. It's programmed me to do that. That's how you become a man. That's how you are a man. You conquer the girl, you go on to the next. Get the girl, go on to the next. And you do that. It's an empty life, man. I did that. It was so empty. I felt nothing, man. I used to brag to my friends, but I felt nothing. I think one is to be with someone that's respectable and build a family, because that's what we're there for biologically. We're there to have our next generation to teach and to give and to set for them to experience life, to have a family, a wife that's a good woman that has your back, to have a partnership, to stay at home in them cold winter nights. And I think a lot of men would want something like that. A lot of men would just don't want to be lonely, don't want to be living like this, don't want to, you know. yeah, get the girl, you get the next one, go to the club, get the next girl, dash her, get, or just hating on women. So, yeah, she's a bitch, she's doing this, she's don't need her, man. She's only there for your money. She's only there, monkey branching, fuck that, all them kind of stuff. Don't mean to swear, but I think deep down, men just want a companion, man. Man just wants a companion, a real partner, because this life is hard. When you do it with someone else, it's a lot easier. When you do it with someone else that's on the same wavelength. When you come home from a hard day's work, when you're trying to keep your job, and you tell your partner, man, it was tough, man. At least I got my family there. I think that's what men truly, I think it would benefit a lot of men. Some men probably don't even know it yet. I think the young ones won't even know it until it happens. Until it happens. Let me, I am going to post this because someone said, how do I get this number? So I'm going to post it into the chat. Someone said to do that, which is a great idea. So I'm going to post the number in the chat if it hasn't been posted already. That is the number there. Just post it in the chat. I'm going to leave it for a bit for you to, if you want to call in. And, yeah. Hold on. Yeah. So I've put that in the chat. Okay. Hold on. Hello? Hello?
Right, let's make it a third call.
What you got to say?
Right, okay.
But not a long one, though, because I may have another call.
This one's going to be a good one. So I want to rip the top. So basically, is male sort of like, let me do some history on where this has happened, and sort of like you might get some gist into perhaps. So basically, they created football, and they created, what would happen back in the 60s and 70s, right? Is basically like firms, right? And from those firms, what would happen is that basically people would sort of like, fight. Now, what they wanted, right, was not what they got, because it got totally out of control, yeah? Because then the day, right, but this is what you're talking about today, is basically the male plight. Look how weak males are now. You probably go to a football match, right, yeah? And you've probably not even seen it where it was back in like 30, 40 years ago. Because it's just not there, because men are weaker, yeah? Men have been turned into sissies. Now, that's been by design. But when you go and do the history of why that's happened and how they were drugged, right, to basically be sort of like, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. We'll give you ecstasy. Calm down. All these manufactured things were being put into place because it was so out of control. Now, that's where we've come from. We've come from a system, right, back in the 70s, stroke 80s, right, yeah, where it was completely out of control. What did they do? Well, you saw what they did. They brought in a culture of music, right, yeah? And then they brought in ecstasy, right? To basically, to get the people who were causing the problems off the terraces, right? And then, because they knew where these people were going. They're going to the clubs. So let's drug them up there. And then what we'll do is we'll bring the drugs onto the terraces, and then we'll calm it down that way. So that's what happened, mate.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's your thoughts on that? Did you know that?
No, I didn't actually. That was news to me.
You didn't?
No. I didn't actually know that. So that was news.
Yeah, there you go, mate. So, yeah, it was massive, mate. So, basically, you had football absolute carnage going on. Like, literally, I was 5 years old, right? So, This was 76, literally 76. This is standing up slogans now. My dad had me up like, yeah, on a pedestal, and this is West Bromwich game night, and basically like, yeah, and this was an evening game as well. This was an evening game, and the Leeds fans were jumping over the things, literally, and attacking kids.
Wow.
We're
Okay.
coming at the bannisters, mate, where the kids all were. Like, absolute carnage.
Wow.
And why they were doing it, I don't know.
Yeah.
There was something absolutely wrong with the civilization. So it had to be calmed down.
Right.
And that's where you saw, well, what could be calmed down, because it was just getting into firms. You know, this was fist fights, mate. This was without weapons back then.
Yeah.
This was fist fights. So, you know, big firms were turning up like, yeah, on each side. But anyway, to come back onto your point, because at the end of the day, you've missed those days. You don't know what, I guess, would go on those days. But the thing is, what the hell has happened to the male? Because the thing is the way I'm looking at it, I'm still one of them, but I see the stuff below, apart from my own family life, of course. I do see weaker males out there.
Oh yeah.
But that's only because of the degenerated education that I can see, or poor parenting, or maybe sort of like where the dads in society are just so fucking weak they can't pass on any G to the kids to make them a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They've been neutered as well. The aggression, like you said, in that same way, it's like they've been neutered to be not as aggressive, and don't be, you know, because you'd be able to catcall a woman that was, you know, or like whistle and stuff like that. But you see signs on the tubes, man. Don't approach a woman. That should be, you know, that's assault, or, you know. So you see these things like, oh, I can't act like that. Well, your natural instinct is to do certain things as a male. You've been told that that's bad. Being a male is bad. Toxic masculinity. So yeah, we've kind of been neutered. You know. Hello.
Well, the thing is this, is that people don't know how sick this society is. But when you look at the little things that have happened, and certainly back in the 90s, whoever, I've said this before, whoever does the script, they did not want all that carnage going forward. You know, this had to be stopped very quick. So, unfortunately, for what I'm going to say now, and you know, other people of my age might sort of like go, "What's he talking about?" But when you saw those things that went up in some of the stadiums, right? There was a couple of them. But anyway, and there was certainly a wooden thing, right, that went up, which was one of the biggest in the UK. Just go back and look at it and go, what they're saying, because at the end of the day, like those things that they were built on, right, even though they were wood, right, you'd have like, I don't know, 2,000 people sitting on that wood or whatever. Well, not sitting on it, standing on that wood. And then I don't know what they tried to make out, whether it's a cigarette butt or whatever, but it's just complete and utter. What I'm trying to say is like, yeah, it's a bit like if you go into 9/11 properly and go and look at that bullshit, it's exactly the same crap.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
It's just complete and utter orchestrated, where we're fooled, because unfortunately, I don't know about you, but we are dumb. We are so dumb that we don't even realise we're being fooled because we're dumb.
Yeah.
And that's really sad to say of how dumb people are. But unfortunately, this is the way they play on us, like to act these fucking foolish idiocies, what they do. It's a bit like the straight and humors. If people can work out in their thick heads how many, right, that straight must be, God knows how many meters or whatever, right, miles apart. I'm talking serious miles. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
It's all fake.
So
it's all rubbish.
I'm gonna have to cut you there, man, because it's going over time, innit?
But because people are so dumb,
So
they
yeah.
don't understand.
Sorry,
anyway.
mate. I'll have to cut you there, man. But thanks for calling in, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, mate.
All right, take care. Bye. So man, we have 3 calls from him, so, man. So I had to cut it there. But yeah, some of that I didn't know. Interesting with the football factory stuff. I mean, yeah, men have been neutered. I've known that for a long time. I remember going to I remember during lockdown. Funny enough, it was lockdown. I remember going on the in the gym, Pure Gym, and there was this guy. Yeah, he was on a treadmill with the mask on, jogging. Like doing it on a treadmill with the mask on, jogging. Like, and I was thinking, let me know. I was surprised at how many people were just like, they have all the muscles and they'd be bit, but yet when it came to the government telling them, yeah, this is how you're supposed to think, and they'd be like, oh, okay. And if you said that, no, you've got to question the government and don't listen to this, you've got to fight against that. They'd be so weak and cowardly against it and say, oh, no, listen to the government. Listen to what they say. Let's just act accordingly. But yeah, they want to show the, big Johnny bollocks, as they say. But when it comes to the real fight, they're just not up for it, man. And I saw mostly women leading a lot of these protests, a lot of these demonstrations, which is great for the women. But I was like, why are men not leading anything? Like, what's going on here? It's just every protest I'm going to, it's a woman leading it. So the men just not about that life anymore. Interesting, man. I've just noticed. Sorry, man. The super chat I read on here, it shows up as that, but you left me a sticker, man. So appreciate the sticker, man, McCallum. Thank you for that. We're gonna leave it for another call because someone wanted to call via WhatsApp. So I'm waiting for that call. But if not, we will just hold on. Let me just let me just do something. Hold on. Okay, cool. We'll give it a couple more minutes. That person wants to call in, man. We're just hanging about. In fact, you know what? Why we are doing that? Have I got that video? Did I get rid of that video? Yeah, I got rid of the video. Let me remove that. The one in the beginning. But I ain't got it anymore. It's unfortunate. Why did I delete it? Anyway, it don't matter. So yeah, if someone wants to call in, the number is 07521 398 982. Stay away from Anytime Fitness, criminals. Yes, they are criminals. And I was with Anytime Fitness and they were charging me 60 quid. And I didn't know that. They charged me 60 quid, man, per month. And don't even have no sauna. I'm only going there on a treadmill and using the gym equipment, the weights and stuff. So I had to, and then they're phoning me up every minute. I had to pay. Yeah, they are crooks. Anytime Fitness, crooks. Also, next time I'm going to mention the garage, man, that screwed me over. Took my money on deposit and never gave it back. There's this garage that I went to get a second-hand car. Just to look for it, left a deposit on this garage. Yeah, crooks all over the place, man. There you go. Daniel Wilson knows. There were definitely more women at the lockdown protests. I spoke to one woman at the time, and she was surprised at the lack of men standing up to fight the powers that be. Yeah, I was shocked. I was so shocked, man. It's crazy. Anyway, people. Thank you, Daniel Wilson. Appreciate that, man. That's a good line. Yeah, I'm gonna end the call, man. Sorry. Hopefully you didn't. Well, no. If you'd have tried to call, I would have seen it, even if I was on the other line. So let me hold on. Let me end the calls let me end that. And I think we'll end it here, man. But yeah, we've had a good live here, man. I think we addressed something that needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed. There's some issues going on, man, with men in general. And it's happening in different guises, different ways. I just feel the cure for this is as long as we talk about it. We need to keep talking about these things. We need to keep addressing it, normalizing these talks as well about what's happening. Don't, as a caller was saying, start being smarter, not dumb to these practices and gimmicks and things to keep us busy that they do, and know the real story, know what they're really trying to do. They're trying to play people off each other. They're trying to dumb us down. They're using institutions like schools to destroy our kids' minds. They're doing so many things. You need to be aware of it. Know what's going on with your kids. Know what's going on with you. Have that inner strength. Be aware, talk to each other, man. Talk to men. Go out more. There's so many things we need to do. This whole isolation, staying in our doors, hating women and bashing over porn, that ain't going to get you nowhere. Do you know what I mean? All it is going to create resentment and a weird outlook on women in general. A lot of these guys just in their rooms flipping bashing one out, and then you just get, and it's violent, some of the stuff. And I've watched it. It's violent, some of the things, man, they're doing now. And it gets that mind thinking violently on a woman, and then you just see it's crazy what it does to you, man. And then you get a lot of that is linked to depression, fatigue, mental health issues. We need to start doing the inner work, people. I'm telling you, man. As a man, we need to start doing the inner work. Yeah, man. But anyway, on that note, I'm gonna leave it here, people. Hey, remember? I haven't told you. I'm not gonna be here next weekend. I'm gonna be away, so I won't be alive next weekend. But there will be one on the following weekend. So yeah, but I'll be gone for the weekend. But videos will be coming out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as per usual. Social media as well: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I didn't post as much on socials today this week because I'm so bloody busy. But I will be doing it as normal next week. So check that out. Also, got the other channels. So I got the gaming channel, After 40 Gaming. That will be in the description on this channel. So check that out. Please subscribe to that if you have not subscribed already. Please support that. Do Resident Evil 2 at the moment. I think I'm lost on this. I need to get my bearings where the hell I'm going on Resident Evil 2. I'm thinking about doing Ghost of Tsushima a reaction, and also Pragmata. I keep getting the name wrong. But there's that. There's also another channel, my friend. We're going to do more videos called When Life Hits Differently. All of that is in the description box. So check that out, man. If you want to support, you've got the Patreon as well, where I do videos you won't ever see here. So check out the Patreon. Please, if you've not liked, please like this video. Once it's live, like the video. Well, not once it's live. Once it's posted, like the video. Subscribe. Hype. After the live, you can hype the video. So please do that. Just support, man. Because YouTube doesn't push this channel out. The things that we talk about, man, ain't gonna push this stuff out. It's gonna talk about man's talking about weed and stuff, and all them kind of things. You know what? Before I go, I think I should play that video. I'm gonna play that video again, the one I played at the beginning, because I don't think some people saw it. So before I go, I am going to. Where the hell? Gosh, okay, hold on. I don't know why. Sorry. Let me see. New scene. I want to. Hold on. I can't even do it. I wanted to play that video. It won't even let me play it. That's annoying. Sorry, people. I wanted to play that video, but it's just gone. So I can't even do that, man. I wanted to play that video I showed at the beginning. But this thing's so weird in regards to uploading this EV Mux I'm using. Yeah, it's not going to work. Sorry. Well, you know what? I'll probably post it one of the videos that I do in the next week or so. So you see it then. So yeah, anyway, people, that is it for me. Hope you liked what we talked about today. Please support Monday videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Have a lovely weekend. Take care, people. Love for the lovers per usual. and bless. See you next.